So right now we've got our awesome level 2, and if I'm on level 1 and I go through a door, then it will take me to that level 2. But if I'm on level 2 and I go through a door, and I won't make you watch me play all the way to the end of the level, I'm going to use this secret well-guarded door that I've got for playtesting. Then this door will take me back to the start of level 2, which is not really what I want, but all my doors have been hard-coded to take me to level 2. A similar thing happens if I die. Stay in some lava for a bit in level 2, and me dying has currently been hard-coded to send me back to the start of the main scene. So just from dying to that lava, I've gone all the way back to the start of level 1, which I probably don't want. Probably when I die to this lava, I just want to be sent back to the start of level 2 instead. And when I go through a door, I probably don't want to go back to the start of the level I just beat, I want to go somewhere else. To fix this, I'm going to need a script to keep track of which level I'm on. And I can't attach this script to any of the things in my level 2 scene or in my level 1 scene because they get completely deleted and replaced when I change scenes. So there is another place I can add a script in Godot, and it's called an autoload script. And that's where we're going to put this script to keep track of which level we're on. I'm going to go to the Script tab, and then we're going to use this button that we've not used before to create a script, File, New Script. And we're going to do that because it means this script won't be attached to any of the nodes in any of our scenes. I'll call this script game state. We're going to use it for a few extra things as well in a minute. Game state.gd is now showing up in my list of scripts. And before we add anything to it, we're going to set this script to be auto load, which we can do in the project settings. So I'll click on project, go to project settings, and then you'll see a tab here that says globals, which is where I can go to auto-load any script or also any scene in my game so that it exists across all levels. So I'm going to click this folder icon in globals, and I'm going to select the game state script that I've just created. Then I'll click add, and you'll see the path to it is game state, and the name is game state with a capital G and S. We'll be able to access that new variable from any of our scripts. The first thing I want to add to this script is a list of all my levels. Lists look the same as they do in Python. They're a normal variable with square brackets. And inside this list, I can put all the levels that I might want to load during my game. Main.tscene and level 2.tscene. And if I had more levels, I could just add them to this same list. Then I want a second variable to keep track of which level I'm on right now. And I'm going to call this variable current level. So if you remember how lists work in Python, lists start counting from 0. So when current level is set to 0, I'll be able to write, you don't need to write this bit yet, I'll write levels at current level, and that will give me main.tscene because current level will be a 0. But when I update current level to a 1, then levels at current level will give me level 2.tscene. And that's what we're going to use to work out which scene we want to move to. Now I'm going to write a custom function that we can call from any of our other scripts called restart level. And we've written the code for this restart level function before. It's get tree, call deferred, change scene to file. And here, instead of just writing the scene that we want to change to, we're going to write that little snippet of code I showed you a second ago, which is levels at current level. So this means that anytime we call the restart level function from any of our other scripts, we can guarantee that it exists because this game state script has been auto-loaded, and it will load whichever level our current level variable is set to. We also want one other function to take us to the next level. So I'll write func next level. And this one will be much the same, except first it's going to update our current level by 1. So I'll write current level plus equals 1, and then just run this same line of code again. Now I could copy paste it into next level, Or I could just take advantage of the fact I've already made a function that does this, and I could just call my restart level function there. So first, this will update the level by 1, and then it will run this line of code and call deferred change scene to file, the new level at the end of the game. And this will work perfectly well until current level gets too high, and then it will try to find levels at 2 or levels at 3, and that doesn't exist in our list. So we do need to do one check to make sure our current level hasn't gone past the end of this list, and write if current level gets too high, so it's greater than or equal to the length of our levels list, then, well, for now, let's just set current level back to 0, so that if we make it all the way to the end of the game and then we go through a door at the end of the game, for now it's just going to send us back to the very first level in that list. And then restart level means that we'll load that level, the first one in our list. Later on, we'll probably add a game over scene, and then we won't need this line of code anymore because the final level in our game won't have any way to move to the level after it. But this is just a good way for now to make sure that things don't break. So now we're ready to update our other scripts to take advantage of these two new functions we've created. First, I'll go to my door script, and when we change to level 2 down here, I'm going to replace this with game state. It's our new autoloaded script dot next level, and then that will always take us to whatever the next level is in that list. Then I'm going to go to the player script and do the same thing when we restart the level. So there'll be two spots for that. One's when I run out of health. I'm going to write game state dot restart level, and that will run that function. And the other place is when we fall off the edge of the map. So that's down here. My Y position gets too big. I'm going to call game state dot restart level. Then I'll need to make those same updates in my vehicle script. Go to car.gd, and when our health goes below 0, I'll call game state dot restart level. And when I fall off the edge of the map, I'll call game state dot restart level. So there should be 4 places when I restart my level by just setting it back to the start of my current level, and 1 place, which is when we go through our door, that I go to the next level by just updating that current level counter and then restarting this new level. So let's check how everything plays. I start at level 1, and if I die on level 1, I should reset and go back to the start of level 1. If I go through to level 2, then when I die on level 2, I should reset and go back to the start of level 2. And if I go through a door on level 2, then this should go to number 2 and then realize that 2 is not in our list anymore. It will set current level back to 0, which will be the first level in our list. So this door should take me back through to level 1. That's it for this video. We've got a nice working level system.